Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Last Thought Podcast. We're here with David, Zane, Cody, and myself, Matt. Yeah, how y'all doing today, guys?
That was awful.
That was
terrible.
bad.
We're gonna keep
Matt doesn't get to do the intro anymore. I'll fucking do it next night.
We're keeping it.
That was bad. No, we're
It
keeping
was
it, but
fun.
I'm not.
What?
It
What
it
wrong
was
with
fine until the very end.
that? When I paused, I didn't know what the heck to say.
Oh God.
Oh, it's better than you did.
Anyways, hello everyone. Matt, did you hear they finally released Fallout 3 for the Xbox One?
That's cool.
Wow,
you know,
Matt,
I've
you
never
finally played the game.
I've never played any of the Fallout games.
No, I thought you played Fallout 3.
Oh,
I played.
Damn it.
I was telling Zane
that
about
that's
this the
not
other night.
that's not what I meant.
I played.
I'm
hold
such
on,
an idiot.
We're on
What
Fallout now,
happened?
so we'll have to go back to it. David has made the point that he made a mistake on saying that, and we'll get back to what he really meant to say. But now we're talking about Fallout 3 and how I played the first hour of it and got to the point where I met the dude in the town, and you could like push a button or not to explode a bomb. And I've never played past that
I
point.
didn't even know you could do that early. I never played the third one. I played
I
New
didn't know if
Vegas.
you could do it that
and-
early.
Alright, so I played the third one like 6 times. So what happens is once
Okay.
you get out of the
Yeah.
you go to Megaton. You get to Megaton. If you ignore the sheriff and you just go straight back to the bar in the back, and you go to the right, you see a man dressed in a suit, and you talk to him, and he makes a deal with you. If you decide to side with him, you can blow up the town, and you'll get to live in like this mansion. I forget the actual name. I mean, not a mansion, but like these apartments in like this tower that somehow survived the blast. Or you can turn him in and not be an evil piece of shit, and you then he kills the sheriff, and then you get all the sheriff's gear, and you kill him, and everyone's happy. Well, except for the sheriff's son, who's now an orphan. But
fuck him.
yeah, but I mean, it's this whole like thing, like you can either kill the entire town with everybody in it, or you can choose to fight him, and then the consequences of that is that the sheriff ends up dying, and then you get all this gear.
No, that's not the only option. Because I got rid of him without killing him, and the sheriff survived.
Oh yeah, there is a way like that. I just
See-
never did it because I got all the sheriff's gear and I wanted it.
My Fallout experience is I exited a vault. I went to this town, and on my way to the town, I passed like this abandoned school building, I think it was, and I like
Yeah,
went to the school building
it's
and,
filled with bandits.
and got attacked by a bunch of Nazis. And so I was like, well, I'm not dealing with those guys anymore. I'm going to this near town, and
And you cut out and died.
I'm back. Okay, so then my mom was all like, Matt, we're going to Olive Garden. Turn off the Xbox. And I was like, okay, Mom, I'll turn it off. I'll be right there. And then I never played it again after that. I just
You
never picked it
missed
back up.
out. That was a great game.
I mean, I can.
Did you
still
guys
go
ever
back
play
and
New
it now
Vegas
if I
then?
really want to.
I did, but 3 was my favorite.
I
A
like.
lot of people say.
Well, I was gonna say I like New Vegas better, but that was the only one I played. So, well, and 4, but I didn't like 4. Well, I didn't.
Yeah, 4 was alright. It wasn't the
shouldn't-
best.
Yeah, I shouldn't say I dislike. I just didn't like as much.
I have a friend on Facebook who she goes around. I think it's either Fallout 3 or Fallout 4. And whenever she finds something that sits on a toilet, I'm not joking about this.
Okay.
She takes a screenshot and shares it to Facebook. And it
Why?
makes me, I don't know, but it makes me so mad that I started like threatening her that if she keeps doing it, I'm gonna find something to take screenshots of Xbox on that are just as weird and start like posting them and tagging her in them every time I see it.
Just
Because
do
like I'm just
toilets.
that upset.
No, like what you should do, Matt. You should just go around and find toilets and like put like
Hold on.
really random things sitting on them.
I don't know. I'm gonna find these pictures really quick. I don't know if you will be able to like put these pictures in the podcast for a second so the audience can see the pictures.
Yeah, I can do that.
But
If
then
you
like
give it to
continue
me.
with the video game clip in the background. Let me find her. And then yeah, no, it's just really funny.
Just only show the image though. Don't like show any names.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
if I'm super lazy, I'll just post in the description. But we'll
Yeah.
see how I feel.
We'll see how you feel. Okay, here, let me grab these freaking photos. Here, keep talking, and
Anyways.
then I'll grab them off of Facebook.
Let's get back to what I meant to say.
Yeah, what were we talking about?
Matt, I meant to tell you that Far Cry 3 was finally on the Xbox One.
Oh, I thought it was back.
Yeah, I thought it was already backwards compatible.
This is a
Oh, it's like a
An
no,
upgraded
I've heard about
version.
this. Yeah, they did like a
what's the
remastered
difference?
version for the Xbox One.
that's the word I was looking for.
What's the difference? Just look
Remastered.
better.
I mean, I'm not entirely sure. I haven't actually gone through and played the game. To be fair, I didn't play the Xbox 360 game either.
Well, you should. Have.
Oh, Fallout 3
but-
is pretty good. You missed out.
I don't know. I tried it. I just
Here are the
couldn't really
pictures
get
in the meme
into it.
channel. Here are the pictures in the meme channel of the characters that
Alright.
she finds on the toilets.
Let's
It is
look.
just really frustrating, and she always puts them on Facebook.
That's fantastic.
Let's see.
I want to meet this girl.
Pretty good. Well, it's Fallout 4.
It looks like it's a mix between Fallout 3 and Fallout 4.
I don't know.
What's going on with the...
Hmm.
Oh, it's a flamingo. I was like, what the hell is that? What other games should they bring to the Xbox One from 360 that they haven't yet? You
I
guys
think
want?
they should do. I would love to play.
Or they could
What's
just
it
do like
called?
Windows and just let almost all games be
Everything.
backwards compatible.
All of them.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty good.
Yeah,
Let
to be-
Let me
that,
look.
that
What
would
do I
work.
got?
They
What
get
games?
there, honestly.
They need to do. None of these look very good. The Condemned games, actually, are those both backwards? I think the first one is. I don't think they ever did the second one.
You know what game I haven't played in a while, which I wouldn't mind getting a Xbox One backwards compatible for,
What?
is I think they were called The Darkness.
Oh, Darkness 1 and 2.
Yeah, the ones
Yeah.
that will never
Those
be
are really good
finished.
games. I played the second one. I never played the first one. I didn't really like. Well, I played a demo of the first one. I didn't really like it. The
First
second
one
one's,
was alright.
Super different.
Yeah, they were both pretty fun though.
Oh yeah, they're fantastic, but they'll never finish them.
Oh no, is that developer even around anymore? I don't know who
I
made
think
those.
they went under.
Yeah, I probably.
Yeah, that sucks. 'Cause they made a great game.
I know, because
I'm
I'm
kind of surprised no one else like bought up the rights to the game or anything.
I've never even heard of them. You guys like know all these games. I'm like a basic gamer. I'm very sorry. I'm not like super huge into gaming, but I love the games that I play. Like,
actually,
three
that's another
video
good
games I
one.
play.
That's another good question. What sequel do you want that you know is never going to happen?
Portal 3.
Portal 3. Yeah, it's Val. It's never happened. For me, it's Dead Space 4.
Dead Space 4. I need
Yeah,
to play Dead Space
Yeah.
2 and Dead
I
Space
want-
3.
Oh,
so
God.
I want Half-Life 3.
That's
I-
never happened. Either. That has less of a chance than Portal 3.
Oh, I know.
Maybe
I've been-
someday.
I've been with the franchise since the beginning, and so I played it when I was like really little.
I
Ooh,
know.
Metal Gear
It
Solid
was-
6.
Well, no, that could still happen. It just
Metal Gear
wouldn't have
Solid
good
6
games.
would
It would just suck. It would just suck. It could still happen, but
In all honesty, I just want to see Valve count to 3. That's all I want.
Now-
See what?
Like
If
Left
you
4
had
Dead 3,
asked-
Portal 3, Half-Life 3, just any of those.
Left 4 Dead 3.
If you had asked me before E3, I probably would have said Elder Scrolls 6, but I can't
Well-
say that anymore.
well, that was always going to happen. It just
That
it
was always gonna
when
happen.
I can't wait till Minecraft 2. Did you guys hear that's like a thing in consideration right now?
probably.
Well,
I-
I mean, how would you even do it though?
What?
That's what I know.
I
How?
fuck Minecraft, dude. That's stupid. I remember.
Now, no. Instead of blocks, it's
Things
like
become-
those 11-sided die.
Oh my God.
like in D&D.
Yeah.
I kind of see him do that. And I remember.
What are those called? Decahedrons or something like that?
I had no idea.
Zane, what's it called? You're the DM and the
I
The
was
Dungeon
DM.
Master.
But I don't remember what they're actually called. And
Just call 'em
I mean,
dice.
I've got
Yeah.
one.
I'm not talking about the
considered my
dice
next-
themselves. I'm talking about the shape of the dice.
Oh,
Yeah, we don't
I think they're like decahedrons or something like that. So instead of blocks, it's decahedrons.
Yeah, it's just all just crazy stuff. And you're like, wow.
They're making a film?
Oh god.
For Minecraft.
Oh dear God!
Wait,
How would that even work? Or it would probably be like a Lego movie bullshit thing.
This is a great segue though, because one of the things I wanted to talk about was
Carell?
Gross.
Wow. Shit, man.
No way.
That's pretty funny, actually. I like that a lot. They already made a Minecraft this story video game where it's like sort of
story mode.
It was made by
Yeah.
Is it the same
Apparently
people that-
Telltale.
Yeah.
Apparently, a lot of people don't even know what Minecraft 2 is supposed to be. Overview. Are they actually making a film?
It sounds like it's a
Well,
Minecraft.
it doesn't sound like it's like a confirmed thing yet.
Oh, we don't even really know if Steve Carell actually is in the movie. Oh no, starring
someone
Steve.
just thought
Okay,
it'd be funny if he
Minecraft.
was.
Minecraft is supposed to be in U.S. theaters May 24th, 2019.
Wait, this is
starring
like
Steve Carell.
an actual thing that's happening.
Yes.
Oh dear God!
How was the
anyway-
Assassin's Creed movie? Did anyone ever see that? I knew they were
I
making it. I know it
did.
came out, but I didn't know. I had never heard anything after
I
it
saw
came
the
out.
movie.
I did too. I remember thinking it was alright, but I can't remember much about the movie itself right now.
So my opinion on the movie is if you do not care about the video games at all, you'll
Yeah,
probably enjoy the movie. Like that's if you care
Yeah,
about the video games, you would hate the movie.
They did a lot different than
Okay.
what they did in the
So
games.
I would be able to go watch the movie and enjoy it then,
Yes.
but
Yeah.
like, David wouldn't.
Yes.
I heard
So,
it was
any-
like kind of the opposite about the Warcraft movie. Like, if you didn't know anything about World of Warcraft, you were just
Yes.
fucked. The
Yes,
movie was going to
the
make no
World of
sense to you.
Warcraft movie was made for World of Warcraft players. Like
Yeah.
I've heard it for them.
Yeah.
It was
like, World of
amazing.
Warcraft fans loved the movie, and anybody that wasn't a World of Warcraft fan was just like, it was alright. Because they put in so much little like drops and hints and like nods to the game and the world everywhere in the game. I mean, everywhere in the movie. So it's like, but then the Assassin's Creed one was the exact opposite, where like they built a movie for the common masses and didn't like. It's like any other video game movie, pretty much, where it's just kind of like, oh, it's sort of like the video game, I guess.
Yeah,
like,
They
it's the same
they
thing.
have a lot to explain and try to simplify for people who haven't
The,
stuck with the game.
The
Who
animus
here
wasn't even
has-
close to what it was in the actual video game either.
Yeah,
I never got like. Who if you don't know any idea what Assassin's Creed is, why are you gonna go watch the movie? Like, it's literally the only people. It would be like a dude taking his girlfriend. Like, his girlfriend doesn't even give a shit.
I mean the thing
Funny
with
is
the
his
movie though is
girlfriend
they're trying to reach a new audience.
Yeah, how often
They're
does that
trying to
work with
reach
anything,
people
though?
who haven't. They're trying to reach people who haven't played the games to make them interested in trying out the games.
And then they'll play the game and be like, what is all this? Like, why is the movie didn't show any of this stuff? Also, by the way, I'm pretty sure that if a guy went with his girlfriend to go see the movie, the girl would enjoy it way more than the guy, and the guy would be very upset walking out.
Really?
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
think?
yeah, for sure.
All right,
The,
but since we're on the topic of movies, I've been trying to say this for the last 5 minutes.
Okay.
Jurassic World,
How is that? I never saw.
Fallen Kingdom is absolutely incredible.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say.
I went to go. I went to go watch it the other day, and I loved it. It was fantastic. Don't get me wrong. I am completely biased here because Jurassic Park has been one of my all-time favorite movie franchises forever.
All the
Like-
games you're making me play lately are all about dinosaurs. Totally buy that.
Hey,
Just Ark, Monster Hunter, you know.
Yeah, the only Jurassic
Hey.
Park movie I saw was what's the one where at the very beginning some guy gets eaten by a bunch of like little tiny dinosaurs.
it was a little girl, and that was 2.
Yeah.
Huh. That's the only one I saw,
I thought.
and I remember that like
thought
really
she
freaked me out
escaped
because I was like
from,
really little.
hid away or something like that.
I have no idea. I don't remember if she escapes or not.
I swear,
feel
maybe because someone else gets like attacked by the little ones, and I don't know if maybe he gets away too,
My
or
thing
they
is,
or
like,
they
they
don't.
killed the
mean-
adults, but they never killed the kids.
Does anyone ever get
Well,
killed
that would
by
be different if
little
it were modern.
dinosaurs in the movies?
Yeah, some guy gets killed by him, but not in the very beginning of a movie.
Well, maybe I watched longer then, because I distinctly remember some guy getting killed by those little ones.
Wasn't it
Only thing I remember.
I can't remember anymore.
Yeah, neither can I. It's been a while. I need to go back and rewatch them, but you know, I just haven't gotten around to it yet. But yes, Matt, you got to take into consideration that when I was a kid, I loved dinosaurs, but damn it, I
Yes.
lost my train of thought.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I loved dinosaurs since I was a little kid, and when I think I started learning to say it around 4 years old, I was able to say the word paleontologist.
That's pretty impressive. I think.
Yeah,
I don't know anything about kids.
I mean,
It's hard for me to say
at
that.
at 4 years old, I was saying paleontologist and
Jeez.
Giganotosaurus and all these dinosaur names.
That's all Latin, pretty much too. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I was a smart kid. Where did it all go?
I've no idea.
It's still there. It's just been, it's just
No, see, when I was
dormant.
a kid, I was obsessed with Godzilla. That was my obsession. Like, I loved everything Godzilla. My mom would record on VHS for me, like, the Godzilla movies, and I had Godzilla versus Mothra versus Rodan versus Godzilla versus Rodan, Godzilla versus King Ghidorah, Godzilla versus all monsters. That was one of my favorite one because it had one of the most action. And then Godzilla versus Space Godzilla. I did not like that movie because it featured baby Godzilla.
Oh my god!
and Baby
I remember
Godzilla
when
sucked.
they did that American Godzilla. It was like
Godzilla 2000.
with
yeah, it
Ferris
was
Bueller.
2000.
Yeah,
And I
that-
remember.
That was bad. That was bad.
And I remember. Well, at least from what I heard, the original people who made Godzilla, like the Japanese company, they bought the rights for the American Godzilla, and had like, and then like in the next movie they made, Godzilla was like fighting all these monsters, and then American Godzilla like runs up to the Godzilla, and Godzilla like grabs him and throws him into a building, and just does this like his atomic breath thing, and he just blows up. And American Godzilla's is gone forever now.
like in an attempt to keep it canon, but to also
yeah,
correct the mistake.
like they didn't.
That's really
it's
funny.
just like, yeah, American Godzilla is real, but Japanese Godzilla killed him.
American
That's
Godzilla
the
was
canon
real,
now.
Japanese
The
Godzilla.
newest Godzilla movie though was amazing. Like, they didn't feature much of Godzilla, but when they did, it was like they did a proper job of it.
yeah, I enjoyed it.
I'm looking forward to the next one because they'll make a next one.
I mean, aren't they going to do a crossover thing between like Godzilla and King Kong?
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing. I don't know if they're
Well, I
actually
mean, they
gonna do
did that before. It's not uncommon for
Well,
it. They're
because-
technically
well,
in the
'cause-
same universe.
Yeah, what they're doing? They did Kong Skull Island, and then they did like another one that showed that there's like this big island where all these monsters come from, and then they somehow related
No,
that movie.
Isn't
to a recent
Skull
Godzilla movie.
Island the newest one? for
It's
Kong?
something like that. It's something like that. Yeah, they're setting it up. They're setting it up so there's definitely like a King Kong versus.
Did you guys
Godzilla
ever actually
coming
see
up.
that new King Kong movie?
No,
Dude, like
No, I haven't.
I think the last
ratings
one I
have
saw
gotten like really
was Black.
lenient today because that's like PG-13, and I would give that a hard R because there's like a
Really?
scene where they're walking around the jungle, they're all like soldiers and shit, and they're walking around, and then one guy looks up, he's like, and then like a spider like stabs through his mouth, like out of his like ass.
I have seen that scene.
And it's like
That is
it's like
brutal.
I know, like that's a hard R right there. What the fuck?
That's like freaking video games with Halo. They've been rated M, and nothing. Had this discussion where the original Halo games were rated M because of the flood, but let's be honest, the modern Halo games aren't that much different than the older Halo games. I mean, it's still pretty. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe
We're
the
just
flood.
We're becoming
is-
desensitized. That's the thing.
Yeah, and like
Yeah.
the first Halo 5 is the first T-rated Halo game, first-person shooter Halo game.
Was Halo 4 or Halo Wars team?
I
think so.
believe so.
Oh, since we're on Halo and movies, I was trying to say this a little bit ago. Who's seen the Halo movie, the Forward Unto Dawn?
I have. I have.
What'd you guys think about that one?
I liked it.
It was pretty good.
And if I'm not mistaken, that was a fan movie too.
It was.
I
So
thought that was made by 343.
Nope, it was fan made.
Well, no, because it has. Well, then those fans must have had a pretty high budget because
It was made by, I believe, Rocket Studios. I think it's what they're called.
because they got the one lady in it is the girl who played the one sister in the Narnia films. I don't know if you guys noticed that. I noticed that. I love the Narnia films, but like, yeah, the older sister, not the younger sister. Everyone's just
We don't have any comment on that.
yeah. I thought it was cool. Everyone else
it's
is
been
really like,
so
eh.
long. It's been so long. I couldn't say
Yeah.
either way.
How many Narnia
Yeah.
films are there?
3. There's
3? Wow.
the first one, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, which follows the book almost exactly, and it's absolutely fantastic how well they keep it in line with the actual novel. Then there's Prince Caspian, where they got a bit lenient with it. It's like, okay, it follows the base story, but it's more like a Lord of the Rings adaptation, or like your typical Hunger Games type, where like it follows the story pretty close, but they do their own thing. And then some crackhead got a hold of the studio and made the Voyage of the Dawn freaking Shredder. And let me tell you something, guys. I've read the Voyage of the Dawn Shredder, and I've watched the movie Voyage of the Dawn Shredder. I don't know if the person that made the movie actually even read the book.
Oh, no.
It's pretty bad. It there's no, the only thing I remember is there's a dragon, a kid gets turned into a dragon, that happens in the movie, and then there's like an ocean at the end. Those are like the two things that are actually the same. It is
You're right.
so
343 Industries had produced it under Microsoft's direction.
Oh, the Halo movie?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
Huh.
Also,
I thought that was fan made.
while we're talking about actors, did you know everyone knows that The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, it's supposed to be like Jesus and the devil, whatever. The lady that plays the witch, who is like the Satan character in Narnia, also plays Satan in The Passion of the Christ.
I didn't even know. Wait, I didn't even know Satan was in the Passion of the Christ.
There's like this scene with this.
There we go.
There's this like creepy lady with
I'm
like
back.
a hood in the background, and it's supposed to be Satan. And the same lady
Wow.
that plays that apparently plays And if you look at this lady's like freaking history of films, she always plays like evil Satan looking.
In all honesty,
That's
she probably
suspicious
doesn't
when
want
you
to do
think
that.
it means.
It might
Huh?
just be that she's getting pressured into that position.
Yeah, I've never seen her play like a good character. I've never seen her play
Yeah, I
like
feel like when you're good at a role, you kind of just get cornholed into that role forever.
like Jim
for most
Carrey. I've
people.
seen Jim Carrey play a lot of. He's good at playing a villain, like a comical villain, if you will.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen a series of unfortunate events on Netflix?
Oh, is that like a series?
No, I have not.
I've seen
That's-
some of it.
It's pretty good.
I don't like it.
I mean, it's okay, but I think it's pretty good. I'm kind of contradicting myself. But the freaking I can't remember the dude who plays Count Olaf in the series on Netflix, but he makes a good.
all right, we need no subject. This one's running dry. All right, is there a game that you guys liked as a kid, you haven't played in forever, and you come back to it and you're like, wow, this game sucked ass. Why did I like this as a kid?
Oh,
I got one.
Zane
Well,
and
I'll listen to you guys first.
anytime I try to play an old Pokemon game,
Oh yeah, Zane and I recently pulled out the classic PlayStation,
Yeah.
and I tried to go on a nostalgia trip.
Uh-huh.
But there were there's this game. There's two games specifically that really just like, oh, that kind of sucks now that I really look at it. There's a game called Star Wars Rebel Assault 2,
Oh my god, that game.
It's kind of like a piloting game, but not really.
It's
And
bad.
like
It's
it just, I
so
loved it
bad.
as a kid, but
It's
now as I'm playing
good.
it as an adult, it's good. It's
It
hard to
was-
explain. Like,
It was fantastic by the standards of the time that it was made.
yes,
It's not good
But-
now.
but we want, and especially there's just this one mission where you're like flying the Millennium Falcon through pipes in an asteroid, and it's just the devil. Another one. Oh, what was that other? There's this game called Soviet Strike. This is my actual answer for this question. Soviet Strike was one of my favorite video games as a kid. What you were, it was the era where like top-down shooters were very popular. Where you saw things as a bird's eye view, but it wasn't TS, it was like a shooter. But instead of being a soldier on a battlefield, you're a helicopter piloting above a battlefield in Russia. And I loved the game as a kid, and I went to play it as an adult, and I had absolutely no interest in it. And I was ready for the nostalgia trip, but like I just did not give two craps about that game as an adult. It made me very,
Yeah.
very sad.
I gotta change my answer though.
Alright, go ahead.
RuneScape.
RuneScape. Oh, I got a friend who plays that like every day.
RuneScape,
Like,
I forgot
he
about
knows
RuneScape.
talking about it.
I used to play the shit out of that game,
I was a member.
but I cannot play it anymore. I tried, and I just can't do it.
I got on recently just to see what it was like. They've added voice acting to it.
Boy, oh shit! I bet that sounds great.
Oh, it's
That's
really
hilarious.
interesting. and the tutorial island is like this guy's like, welcome to the tutorial island. It's like, oh my gosh.
You just go to the time. It's like it's you, it's the chosen one.
Oh my god. I really-
Cody, what was that?
I don't.
It's like a generic
I've
peasant.
never heard Cody do a voice impression in my entire life like that. That was like a first. That was too funny, Cody. Just so the audience understands, Cody has been in our group of friends for like at least 3 years, and I've never once heard him do anything like that.
This isn't my default voice.
Oh, that's your default voice.
But what if that's how I already talk? And this is like that's like a fake voice I put on. That was like my real
The
voice.
chosen one. Oh my god.
That's
I
pretty
guys,
good.
I'm Cody.
What are you like? Have you do you, like swallow a frog or something? Sounds like a fucking toad, man.
Toads can speak.
Let's just do voices for the rest of the podcast.
Okay, I choose Bane.
No, God, I knew that was coming as soon as you said that.
That's like one voice. Man, when you had to do voice impressions, what'd you do before that movie came out? Like,
I don't.
You didn't do voice impressions before that movie came out.
that one movie. Oh, I mean,
If you give me a moment, I can channel my energy of darkness and try to do Yoda.
alright. The one game I played was Bomberman Racing, and I remember
What
loving
is
that
that?
game. It's kind of like
All right, I'm done.
it's almost kind of like Mario Kart. Except you know who Bomberman is, right? He's throwing the
Yeah.
bomb.
Yeah.
Yes, we know who he is.
But you're riding like you either ride
Matt,
a
you
dinosaur.
said you were done.
I was done with being Yoda. I'm still Bane. You can't say who a person is just because you don't like the way he sounds.
You went like
Oh,
weird.
God.
Oh, my God.
Alright.
Yeah,
Cody,
Yeah,
why did you
but-
start this?
I don't know. I didn't mean to.
Ah.
But I
Why
mean,
not
racing.
impressions?
Instead of carts, you're riding like either a rabbit or a dinosaur. They're like giant rabbits and
This sounds
dinosaurs.
amazing.
It's the concept is amazing. I remember really liking it as a kid. It was really cool because you can pick your rabbit or dinosaur. So it's even like better in Mario Kart in that you can pick like different ones. But I played it and the controls are fucking shit. Like you can't turn for shit. And like every track, there's no like walls. So if you fall off, it's just like oh they're going into the water. And like you're like charging, everyone's like spinning around, like skidding around corners and stuff. And I'm trying to catch them. Like oh shit, here comes the turn. I can't turn. And you just go flying off the edge. It's bullshit. Like I remember being really good as a kid. Like I don't know if there's like how do I tell my rabbit to skid? Like, to drift? Like,
To drift.
yeah, where's the drift button? Like, I couldn't beat it. I just kept flying off the edges. It was really hard, and I hated it now. And it was probably shitty back then too. I just didn't realize.
Probably. That's funny.
What about you, Zane?
See, I've been thinking about that, and I haven't really I haven't played a whole lot of games that I've gone back to and been like, wow, this game was bad.
Yeah, you just assume they're gonna suck, so you're like, nah, the
Yeah,
next
just
thing in
like,
the past are a reason.
Well, yeah, because I don't know if any of you said this, but I'm like, my major is computer science. My major is computer networking, but I was used to major in computer science. So I understand computers and technology to a fairly decent degree, I like to think. And I also understand their limitations, and I love video game history. Like, I've always loved, I don't know why. It's the weirdest thing to love, but I love video game history. I love learning about the way video games have developed over the years. So when I go back and play those older games, like say Crash Bandicoot Racing, that game is not great, but I loved it as a kid. And when I go back to play it now, I'm just like, all right, I go back with mentality like the controls are going to be bad, it's going to be glitchy, it's going to be slow, the frames are going to drop, I'm probably going to go into some fourth dimension at one point or another. Alright, let's enjoy this. And you just play it because you go with this mentality of wow, this game is probably going to be bad just because of how old it is. Not because it's not developed. It wasn't developed badly at the time. At the time it was fantastic, but now to our standards, it's fallen so far behind. It's that's just how it is. You just gotta be alright, cool. It's gotta be fucked up, but I mean, at least I can still enjoy it. You just go in with that kind of mentality, and that's what I would always do whenever I went back to play those old games, like Oblivion. Oblivion's a good example of that. It's a very simplistic game, and at one point, yeah, and after you figure out how to play the game, you can just sprint through it like it's a cakewalk. It's a really easy game to beat once you figure it out.
That's why I can't bring myself to play Skyrim or Oblivion again. I spent so many hours on those games. I know all the little glitches and stuff that just help you get through like it's nothing.
Yeah, I mean,
I can make my character so overpowered that it can literally never die.
I remember I did a speed run in Skyrim where I beat it in an hour, and you just need a bucket and a few other things. You can
I've seen that.
It's paintbrushes. There's a glitch where paintbrushes float in the air when you drop them, and you can use them as platforms. So you go to the Temple of the Divines in the Imperial City and use paintbrushes to get to the roof above the front door. And if you jump on the roof, you go through and it takes you straight to the end cutscene.
Huh. You don't even have to fight the final dragon.
There's also a way in the Order of Oblivion where if you got a scroll of Featherfall and you went to the bridge, I forget which city it was. It was this really, really high bridge. You went to the top tower and you jumped off it and you used Featherfall right before you hit the ground. It wasn't really Featherfall, I forget what it was actually called, but it would stop you from dying on impact and would boost your agility up by 20 levels instantly. And you do that twice and you be max level on agility practically, and you just sprint everywhere after that.
Oh, I remember in Oblivion, if you leveled up and doing stuff, your guy just started he had rocket boots on. You just started hauling through the towns, bouncing off walls. It was crazy. I loved it.
Yeah, it's but Oblivion's a good example of that. It's at the time it was amazing. I remember when it was first coming out, me and my brother were freaking out about the fact when they were revealing it, they were showing that you could move skulls and move items around and stuff, and it enabled you to actually mess with the environment. And at the time, that was so new and amazing.
I know, it's amazing because I remember when
and now
Doom.
It's that's if you don't have that, it's weird.
I remember when Doom 3 came out, and me and my dad saw it. And was oh my god, look at that guy! That's real life. And go look at a picture of the Doom 3 guy and tell me.
All right, now I
tell me what that looks
it's
like.
Not good.
We're that's lifelike graphics. We were blown away.
That's funny.
But yeah, me and my brother. I remember we were sitting around because we played Morrowind, and we were oh, Oblivion's coming out. That's awesome. So when we saw Oblivion had the ability to move, my brother Alex came up to me because my brother Alex is a computer programmer. He's actually he did graduate as a computer scientist, and he came up to me and
Doom
was
3 pictures. This is funny.
Look at this.
So bad.
We can move skulls around. We can move items around. We can move jugs around. We can interact with the environment. This is amazing. and I was a little kid, but I still thought it was really cool. And
Those
then,
graphics aren't too bad, to be honest, for the Doom franchise.
well, I mean,
Like,
yeah,
because
at the
usually
time,
when I think Doom,
I mean, when did Doom 3 come out?
I think old school, like freaking.
you think the original
2004.
Doom.
Yeah. Oh, it came out in
Let's
2004, so that was even after Halo came out.
Oh, was it? Huh.
Oh, I remember in Halo Combat Evolved. There was I'm sorry, in Halo Combat Evolved when it first came out. I remember the first time I played that. I thought that was. I'm sure a lot of people did because it was really revolutionary for its time. But just like the first mission I ever played was the last one where you were fighting the Flood on the Pillar of Autumn and stuff, and I remember like being so blown away because I'd never even played an Xbox game before then. Like that was like the first Xbox game I ever played was Halo, and I just remember like I don't know. I think the reason I was so excited I got to play was because my cousin initially was playing with his friend, and I asked, "Hey, can I play with you guys?" He's like, no, there's only 2 people allowed in the game right now. Then when he turned off his Xbox, I was like, well, can I play by myself for a little bit? He's like, oh, no, you need to have 2 people to play it. It's a 2-player game. You can't play it just by yourself. And that was his BS excuse for not letting me use his Xbox. And so, like, I remember, like, 2 birthday parties from then, he finally came up to me. He's like, yeah, look, they just they made it now, so you can play single player if you want. Go ahead, get on my Xbox. I was like, yeah, I finally get to play Halo! Woo! I was so pumped because they added the update, if you will, that you could finally play freaking single player on Halo.
That was awesome.
I didn't know.
That's funny. No, I remember I'd go over to my cousins, and they were called, and we'd sit down and play, and there was I don't know, we'd fill up the house. There was like 9 of us there all at once, and there was a bunch of kids. And so we'd pull up Halo, and we'd do split screen. And it was awesome, and I was bad at it, and I would constantly die.
Oh,
I remember I was like
yeah.
I was the youngest in the group. In the entire group, I was the youngest by like 4 or 5 years.
Being the youngest sucks.
Yeah, and my brother Alex was older than me by 2 years, so I was like, I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing. So whenever I got the controller, my default would be is to just I quickly realized like I can't keep up with everybody else. Like I can't. So my default became I'm just gonna start messing with everybody else. I would cause everything to blow up. I would steal weapons and throw them off the map. I would
Oh, you bastard!
I would launch myself. I would glitch myself out of the map so I get up on top of it, and I'd start shooting rockets down at random because I was really bad at aiming them, so it was really easy to avoid. But it just caused another layer of just hectic mess to the already hectic mess that was going on with everybody else.
That's really funny.
Before someone found a sniper and sniped me off the top of the map. And it was like, and I would just do that constantly because like I didn't know, I could never get a kill. I was so bad at the game, but I figured out how to just mess with the game.
That's funny.
Oh my god, I don't know why. I remember in Halo 3 when it first started online, in some of the maps, you could tell people didn't really know where some of the weapons were. Because on the pit, when you spawn in, like right in front of you, there's like a hallway with a rocket launcher in it. And then on like the left side, in like this circle room, is like a sword. And I always remember for like the first like couple of weeks, people would always run for the sword. Like there'd always be a fight for the sword. And then like eventually people were just like, the fuck are we doing? Go for the rocket launcher.
That's really funny.
And it's just funny how it just changed. You can tell, like, people were like, what on earth why do we want the sword? Fuck that thing. If it was Halo 2, though, you'd want that sword.
Oh, yeah, Halo 2 was badass. You would, it was that one map with the giant windmill. You'd go in, you'd climb up on the windmill, go drop down in the windmill and get the sword there, and then you just go on a spree. I remember that one. I remember I would always fight.
Talking about killing sprees and going back to Oblivion, one of my favorite things they did in that game was the Mask of the Grey Fox. I loved that thing. Basically, if it was a mask you could wear and no one knew who you were when you put the mask on, So any crimes or anything you committed while that mask was on were gone as soon as you took it off.
Wow, I never heard about that. Huh. I played Oblivion a lot.
yeah.
I never heard about that one.
What game?
I literally went into the Imperial City and just started killing guards. I just killed every guard I saw. And then when it got too much, I just took the mask off, and they're like, "Oh, have a good day."
Oh my!
Like it was nothing.
Actually, speaking of Oblivion, my favorite quest ever. I actually have two favorite quests. I'm probably remembering them wrong a little bit. The first one is you get a letter, and some guy's like, "You should come to my private island. We're about to hunt the most dangerous creature ever." And then you're like, "Sweet." So you get on like a boat and you go to this island. And this orc named like I don't even remember his name. It's like Olgoth, the whatever. And Olgoth's like, come this way. The monster's in this maze. And then you're like, all right, cool. You walk over.
Oh, I remember this one.
you know. And you walk into the maze. He's like, yeah, it's right here. And then he locks the door behind you. And I was like, oh, what are you locking that for? And he's just like, oh, so you don't get out. We're hunting the most dangerous thing. You're like, what are we hunting? And you're like, you. I'm like, oh. And then I remember the guys come into the maze and just start hunting you down, and they're badass too. Like,
I remember doing that, and I just remember thinking this was a mistake for you.
Yeah, they just and then
let's be fair. That already sounds like you're about to get like murdered.
Yeah, like come into this maze.
Like just a random letter from some dude. Hey, come to my private island where there's nobody else but just us, so we can hunt.
His name's like
strange creature that we don't even want to tell you what the creature is until
his name's like Olgoth the Manhunter. He's got like a necklace made out of like human fingers. You're just like, wow, nice to meet you, sir.
That's pretty good.
What was the other one, Cody?
The second one is the whole Fighters Guild's quest line. And basically, you just start out, you're just doing Fighter Guild stuff, helping people. And then eventually, like, there's like a rival Fighters Guild, and a bunch of your people start going over there. And they're like, and your boss is like, how are they so good? They're so strong. We can't compete with that. You're like, go over there and you join them. You're going to go undercover, and you're going to find out what the fuck is going on with those people. They're like crazy. And then you go over there, and it turns out they're like, it's like medieval version, but they're basically like injecting them with steroids. So they're just going crazy and just like destroying everything.
History sap is what it was.
Yeah, something like that.
Drinking history sap.
Yeah, and it basically made them go like crazy and stuff.
Huh.
And
they would hallucinate, and it increased their strength and shit like that.
I remember my favorite quest line was the Mage's quest line, because you could just steal everything in the Mage's Guild once you're a part of it, and you had no problem with money after.
Oh, wait. Before you carry on, let me finish the fires thing. Sorry, sorry, because I'll forget about it. And I might be remembering this wrong, but at the very end, the boss is just like, you know what, fuck this. We're going to go over there and just kill them all. I'm like, what? Oh, okay, that works for me. And you just go over there and charge in and just kick their door down and just massacre everybody. And
yeah,
that's just that. You
pretty much.
Like, maybe I'm remembering wrong and that wasn't really the plan. But I just remember kicking down the door and killing like 30 people. And they're like, we did it. Yeah, we saved the guild. I'm like, couldn't we have just done that in the first place? Like, what are the guards doing? Like, we just killed like an entire building full of people. They didn't hear that?
Well, to be fair, earlier in that quest line, they massacred a town full of innocent people.
Yeah.
So I don't think the guards really gave a crap.
Yeah. All right, Zane, go ahead with the Mage Guild.
Hold on a second, guys. I'll be back in a second.
All right.
My favorite quest. I never played that game, but I've got a quest from a different game. One quest from a game that has always stuck out to me is in Far Cry 4. There's this mission where they need you to hunt down like the most dangerous honey badger.
Oh my god, I did that.
Oh god.
And so you're on your way to the honey badger, and you start to approach the thing, like this like cove where he lives, and as you're walking through like I'm gonna call it the alley, I don't know, you see like a dead deer, then you see like a dead elephant, then you see like a dead rhino, then you see a car on fire, and then
It's like flipped
like,
over.
people, yeah, like burning and everything. And then you get to the center of the cove and you just see these dead bodies everywhere, and then in the middle of them there's this honey badger.
And it's like badass too. It doesn't die.
No, like there's
don't,
other
like,
honey
one
badgers
shot
in the
you.
game. There's other honey badgers in the game that you have to fight, and they're pretty tough. But this specific honey badger is like harder to kill. Okay, it's basically Sephiroth.
Yeah, basically. All right, cool. I just want to talk about Oblivion the whole podcast now.
Yeah,
Ridiculous.
the mage quest line though, it was you'd go to the mages guild and you'd be like, I want to join the mages guild. I'm like, all right, cool. We have to do all these things. You have to carry this letter to this place, and this letter to this place, and this letter to this place. And what I would always do is like, once you got into the place and you delivered the letter, all the mages items became free game pretty much. So what you would do is you'd go around and steal all the flasks off all the tables. You'd go up to the merchant inside the mages guild, sell them all back to him, and then leave. And like each flask was worth like a ton of gold. And you just do that for every single one. And eventually, by the end of the quest line, you were part of the mages guild and you had a shit ton of money. Like I remember every single time I started the game, I was like, that was my first quest line just because I wanted it put me off at a really good spot.
See, the thing is, though, I see the main point of that, but the actual quest for it was so fucking tedious.
Oh, it was awful.
Because what the first quest was, it wasn't that you were delivering letters, but you had to go to each Mages Guild hall in each city on the map.
I remember that.
And you had to get a letter of recommendation from them, so you had to go to each city and complete a separate quest in each city just to get access to the main storyline.
The dream one was really cool, though.
That one was cool, but the whole quest overall was just tedious.
I mean, after you did it like once, you figured it out. You're just like, okay, cool, let's do it this way. Because then you had to find that invisible guy, but he was in like he was in the basement in room invisible, and you just went up to him and talked to him.
Yeah, but even if you knew it, it was like, it still took so long.
I guess.
Oh, you guys are probably remember. Whoop, sorry, Matt, go ahead.
Did you guys know that competitive tag has become an official sport?
Sweet, let's join that.
Like,
really?
No, that I've seen that. That is some crazy parkour.
That sounds
stuff.
awesome.
It's like parkour tag. Yeah, I'm not even
really
kidding.
Crazy. Like it's
like they have like
a serious amount of physicality to do that.
So imagine you're playing. What's that one game? Mirror's Edge.
Mirror's Edge.
Only you're playing it in real life, but you're also playing tag, trying to tag somebody.
He's just jumping off of walls and shit.
No, it's insane. Yeah. Like I was just like.
Wait,
wow,
are they doing like parkour and stuff? Like
yeah,
like it's an actual parkour arena, like with tons of items that you can jump on and over and climb up, and they just chase each other around this, and you have one person chasing somebody else, and if the other person catches them in a certain amount of time, then they take a break, they flip spots, and then the other person's it, and they have to beat the other person's time and catch the other person before.
It honestly, it sounds like something I would get into if I had.
Yeah, that sounds fun. All right, really quick. This is the last thing I'll talk about Oblivion. I'll stop after this because I'll just keep going forever.
It's like we have an Oblivion.
Well, no, because
all right,
no.
So there's like the Colosseum, which is exactly what it sounds like. You're just fighting dudes in a Colosseum.
Yes.
And if you beat it and you become the champion, you walk out, you're the champion, and this little dwarf runs up to you. He's like, "It's you, the champion. I'm your biggest
fan." The adoring fan.
Yes. He's
oh,
like,
God.
Do you care if I follow you around? And if you say no, he's just like, cool, and he'll just follow you around anyway. Like, you can't say no. And he'll follow you around for like the rest of the game until you kill him. Like, if you don't kill him, you never go. And if I remember right, I don't think anything else
you could tell him no. He would just hang out around the arena.
Oh, I thought he would follow you anyway.
No.
Oh, so maybe Cody just said yeah.
Yeah, I probably just said yeah.
So what you could do is you could have him follow you, walk out of town, go into the woods, and kill him. Or you could just, he would say no, and he's like, okay, I'm gonna follow you anyway, and then you just turn to him and talk to him a second time, and then you're just like, no, do not follow me, that's creepy. And then he says, okay, I'll wait here for you, and then you just never go back to the.
I thought he always followed you no matter what. Isn't
No.
it like nothing can kill him except for you? Like you'll just be running around, things will be attacking him, and he just won't care.
Yeah,
That's
he's
pretty
like
great.
this weirdly invincible character. I always just left him behind. I'm like, I don't want to deal with you. Go away.
But
David,
I gotta
I mean-
say,
Zane. I meant to say Zane. Should we mid-podcast showcase our idea for a video game we might be doing that we were talking about last night?
No, because I barely
No?
have enough time to write the coding for it as is, and if I do
Oh.
showcase it, it's gonna be a long time before it comes out.
Okay. Well, eventually, someday we might make a computer game. So
That
your eyes
was
peeled,
an
guys.
announcement. Yeah.
well,
You're gonna be showing
anyways,
theory.
I wanted to say,
The next time
since
you-
Cody and Zane have shown off or talked about their favorite faction quest line in Oblivion,
I didn't say
Mine-
Mage Bill was my favorite one. I just remember I was always the one that I always did. It was like the first
all right,
one I always
let
did.
David talk.
He's gonna talk about the thief one.
He's gonna talk about.
my favorite one was the Dark Brotherhood.
Oh, I never did that
Hands
one.
down. The Dark Brotherhood was by far the best quest line in that game.
That sounds like a cliche thing. Like already by saying Dark Brotherhood, all I can
What do
see.
you-
I
what do
can-
you think
I
it
can
is, Matt?
literally see them. They are sitting in a cathedral somewhere that's really dark and blackened with dark bricks with really white mortar, so it stands out to make the bricks look more black. And they're all just sitting there.
All right, Matt. What do you think
Cloaks
their
over their
object? What do you
heads.
think? What do you think they do? What kind of guild do you
Hold
think
on,
this
hold
is?
on. This is just based off of the name, my prediction, and we'll see if I'm right. I'm sorry to cut you off, David, but like they got hoods over their heads, and just from the name, it sounds like they just like collect people and kill them for sacrifices.
He's nice.
No.
I'll give you half
He's-
points. I'll
He's
give you
kinda-
half points.
It's pretty close. Not exactly what it is,
It
but that's the
never
killing people's
played-
right.
Just so people know,
It's a hidden. It's a hidden underground base, basically.
Are there black bricks?
No, it's white.
Oh. So close.
But they do wear black, although it's like black leather, still has a hood. And they're a group of assassins.
Yeah, it's a whole Assassin's Guild. That's what it is.
Huh.
That's all. You got
And-
the Assassin's Guild, which is Dark Brotherhood, the Thieves Guild, the Mages Guild, the Fighters Guild. What else you got? What else is there?
The arena.
The
Arena.
but yeah.
I cannot
And
believe
that
they
was
didn't bring
it.
that back. I cannot believe they didn't bring that back. for Skyrim.
Right?
That's such bullshit. That should have been there.
That was like the best part. One of the
Maybe it'll
best
be in
parts
Elder
of
Scrolls
Oblivion.
6.
Oh, I hope. God, that was like the best thing ever. I loved
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
That's
'cause
not,
it
that's not
had-
uncommon for video game things to skip a game and then come back in the next installment. I've seen that happen plenty of times. For example, Halo's Assault
Well,
Rifle.
yeah, because they take it out and then everyone's like, "Where'd this go? This was amazing." And
Yeah.
then next game they're like, well, we better put it back in."
Yeah, half the Skyrim guild quests they kind of suck, to be honest. Well, at
Yeah,
least the
the
fighters,
companions.
guild quests sucked in Skyrim.
What was in Skyrim? Was I the only one who never finished the Thieves Guild quest line?
Oh, I finished.
finished
You
it.
get some. You get some like
Well-
Batman armor.
So what you
Yeah, I-
can do is you just go up to the
I-
very, very end, get the skeleton key, and walk away.
That's what I always did. Like there was one time where I did it just to see what I got afterwards, but after that I just kept the skeleton key and left.
Yeah.
Like
You just don't finish the quest line. You get like the ultimate tool to unlock any door in the game.
Oh my
exactly.
god, lock picking,
Like-
in Oblivion. Fuck that, dude. Oh my god.
All
I
remember
prefer
was
lockpicking in
awful.
Oblivion to lockpicking in
I hated
Skyrim.
lockpicking. I hated
like
Oblivion's
lockpicking in real
lockpicking.
life.
But
Oblivion's
no,
lockpicking is probably a
yeah,
little more
you-
realistic,
you-
but God, I
if
hated
you
it.
get the Thieves Guild up to the point you got the key, because if you finish it, you got some like decent armor, like light leather armor, and you got a title. And that was it.
Yeah.
Like that was all you got. Or you could just stop right before you finished it, and you would get the skeleton key, which would unlock any door in the game easily.
There we go.
Those are the two options. You either get like this ultimate key that unlocks everything, or you get some okay-ish armor. It's like, what?
No, that's not what it was. Sorry, I had some connection issues, or I would have said this earlier. What it was is you got the armor either way.
Oh.
But if you return the key, you got your choice of one of 3 powers.
Okay.
And to be honest, none of them were that great.
I don't remember that. They must have sucked because I don't remember those at all.
I don't remember the powers either. I do remember the choice now that you mention it, but I don't remember what the powers were either.
Yeah, I can't remember what the powers were, but none of them were worth getting rid of an immune lockpick.
Oh, in Skyrim, was there ever a disadvantage of being a werewolf?
The disadvantage of being a werewolf was you could not turn into a vampire, and if you wanted to be a vampire, you couldn't turn into a vampire unless you did a vampire quest line and got your blood overwritten. And also, you couldn't get a buff from sleeping.
That's stupid.
Yeah,
but you're immune to diseases. Why wouldn't you?
You're immune to all diseases. You get a slight speed boost, and you can turn into a fucking werewolf.
Let's be fair. I usually played a wood elf archer anyways, so I was already immune to diseases.
True. I usually played the people of the sand. I forget what they're actually called.
The
Red Guards.
Red Guards, or I would play a
people of sand. Don't be liberal. Just say it. They're black people.
Yeah, they're black people.
That's not race. They are. The Red Guards they're all black. That's what they are.
Yeah.
But they're referred to as like the people of the sand in the game because they all come from the desert. But then you got.
They're
Argonians.
They're basically Elder Scrolls Egyptians.
Yes, they are. But yeah, I'll play them, Argonians, and the orcs.
Oh, I love Argonians. Those are so cool.
I remember in Oblivion, I always played Argonian just because you could go underwater and breathe.
Oh, in Skyrim,
do you
still get hurt?
Way to escape guards. You just swim underwater and they couldn't follow you at a certain point.
I would always just enchant my helmet with water breathing.
In Oblivion, do you still get hurt in daylight if you're a vampire, or in Skyrim? If you're a vampire, you still get hurt in the morning.
No,
you
don't regenerate.
It's just dramatic. Yeah, you don't regenerate, and I believe it dramatically reduces your stamina. Maybe your magicka too.
Yeah, you have to be indoors.
In Oblivion, it was stupid hard.
You're a vampire. There's no point in playing a vampire. Because if you go out in daylight, it's like 2 minutes.
I remember one of my friends, they were a vampire, and they went to sleep, and they went to do a rest, and then they saved the game and they left, and their data files got corrupted, so the only one that was okay was the one where they woke up from the nap, and
they die.
Yeah, they woke up to sunlight, and they just died, and they couldn't do anything about it. They just kept dying over.
Oh, in Oblivion, if you got turned into a vampire, you had to go on the longest, hardest fucking quest ever. It was like a 4-hour quest. It was ridiculous to cure that shit.
Now it's like you go to one guy, bring him a black soul gem, and then you're good.
I know, because in Oblivion, you had to kill master vampires and get kill 4. It was ridiculous. It was so absurdly hard. Everything when that.
Does anyone else here know the glitch for Oblivion where you could keep an item's effect even after you unequipped it?
Oh, is that the one where you get it equipped, you turn off your Xbox, you turn it back on, you put it in a different game, take that back out, and then put Skyrim in, and then take that out, and then put in Oblivion?
No.
Wait.
I'm just making stuff up. There's a game that has a glitch like that. I can't remember what it is.
Awesome.
There's a way to keep the effects of any gear you put on, and I can't remember either. No.
I think it had something to do with the duplicating cheat too.
Yeah, you had to It's something to do with like drinking a potion and like moving it into your inventory and back out.
Cody,
in a
Oh,
really
the
weird
GTA
way.
glitch. We have to talk about it.
wait, hey, really quick. Did you guys ever, when you're playing your N64, if you take out the cartridge, the game would still play for a little bit? For some reason, I always thought that was the coolest thing ever.
That is weird.
See,
You
I
ever do
never
that?
had an N64, unfortunately.
Oh, did you ever have a Game Shark?
No.
Me?
Oh,
No.
N64s are great because the game save was on the cartridge. So if you went to like a Blockbuster or something and rented a game, sometimes the person who rented it for would be like super far in the game. And since I sucked at video games, I'd be like, wow, I never got this far. This is awesome.
Yeah, and you
I'd
wouldn't
be like at the end of the game because
you
some
wouldn't
other
have to
guy.
take your whole console to your friend's house to play on your own file. You could literally just.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
great.
I remember. Do you guys remember?
I gotta remember. Wait, real quick.
What?
I gotta speak of this glitch before I totally forget about it.
I got glitch
So-
details as well. So go first.
Okay, so Cody and I were playing Grand Theft Auto Online on the Xbox 360. This does not exist in the Xbox.
I know
One.
what you're going to talk about.
Yes, and so we've decided that since we were the only two people in our group of like 10 friends that we would play with on 360, we were the only ones that played GTA. So we made our own friends on GTA. And this one dude was like, "Hey man, y'all know about the car glitch?" We're like, "The car glitch?" No, he's like, "Yeah, no, look, here's what you do. You start this mission, you go into your garage. I think this is actually exactly how it went. You get in your car, you get out of your car, you get back in your car, you drive away, and then when you leave the garage, you have to go in reverse back into your garage, get out of your car again, and turn off the game and turn it back on. And then you get a free car." We're like, "Bull."
Oh, no.
Shit.
I thought you were going to talk
And it-
about.
And it worked. And it gave us like all the. You got to choose which car it was too, and it would give us like all these like $1 million cars for free, and like we just literally like builded up our garage for free with like Lamborghinis and
Oh, no.
stuff, and it was.
There was a reason me and Matt like stopped playing the one on 360 because
Oh,
like
I forgot
some
about
fucking-
that.
some fucking people. I think you can only do this on the 360 and PS3 version. Someone set like a bomb in our garage, so if you walk into your garage, you'll always blow up, and there's nothing you can do about it. You'll always blow up. You can't go into your garage. You'll blow up and die.
And it
so your
lasted.
cars
For
are
months.
all
It was everyone in the
gone.
game.
You're
They
gonna
modded.
and-
Somebody modded all the servers.
and yeah, so they never fixed it. I'm pretty sure if I started up and my garage would still blow up.
No, they have fixed it since then. But it was like that.
I don't
It was
believe 'em.
like that for no, because I
It
played.
was like
recently.
it was like
It was
2
for-
years. It was like that.
It was like a year. It was at least a year. It was like that. You could not get on to play it, and it was like you could have your car out of your garage if you went from your apartment to outside, no problem, and then you could have your car custom delivered to you. But you could not go into your garage, or you would.
God, that was such bullshit.
Dear God,
All right,
that
Zane.
sounds terrible.
Oh,
Speaking
it
of,
was very
speaking of
frustrating.
messed up games because of glitches. There was a game. I don't remember where this came from. There was this cheat disc we had for Wind Waker and like another Zelda game.
Uh-huh.
So you'd pop in the game, you'd select what cheats you wanted, and then you'd take it out of the GameCube and you'd pop in Wind Waker right afterwards. And I remember one of them is like you got infinite jump.
Mhm.
So I was like, all right, cool, because I already beat the game, and like I've never really messed with this stuff before, so let's do this. So if you were to start from the starting island and you just jump continuously for like, I don't know, maybe like a minute, you just keep pressing jump. Not a minute, but like 30 seconds. You just keep going higher and higher and higher until the actual like floor is no longer there. You can't see anything below you. Once that happens and you drop down, you end up on an island that has no water near it. That if you fall off of, you fall off for eternity. You actually restart the game because you'll just keep falling. It's this weird rock that just has. It was the most surreal thing I remember because it was like this weird stuff on it, and you're just like
Purgatory.
where am I? And you couldn't get off of it. You couldn't return back to the map. You were just there now until you restarted the game. And in like the only way you could get there is if you got the cheat disc and you put it in and you jumped infinitely for like 30 seconds.
That's really weird.
Yeah, and I have no idea where it came from. I've never heard anybody talk about it, but it happened. I know it's there.
Huh.
It was a weird thing. It was a very weird thing. It was probably one of the most surreal glitches I've ever been a part of.
Only glitch I can think of that broke a game for me, is in Call of Cthulhu: Dark Corners of the Earth. On the PC version, which I'll cut him some slack, because apparently like one guy worked on the PC port because like the studio was shutting down, they couldn't afford to pay other people to port it. So I'm just picturing like everyone's like boxing up stuff, and they're like, Dave, what are you doing? He's like, I gotta finish this port. And they're like dragging him away from the computer. He's like, no, I gotta finish this. Like one guy was working on the port, and the port actually technically works if you can get past this glitch. So I'm actually impressed. There's a part where you get on a boat, and you see like these. If you look out in the distance, there's like a mountain, and there's like these lights. And I guess the lights are like these mages shooting magic at you. And what you're supposed to do is get on a cannon and shoot the lights. But in the PC version, the lights never show up. So you don't know where to shoot. So they'll just keep shooting until you die. And so you can technically get past it if you memorize where they were. So you can, yeah, so they're there, you just don't know where they are. So you're just blind shooting.
Wow. Well,
yeah.
On that last thought of death by unseen turmoil, it's been an hour long, so
yeah, we need to stop this madness.
I think it's a good place to stop there.
Yeah, much better ending than last week's podcast.
No,
let's be fair.
Nah, that was classic.
It was something, that's for sure.
There'll be others.
I'm agreeing with Zane on this one. It was something.
That's the most. Oh, okay. Well, did you know there is a hotel made from the Hobbit holes from the Lord of the Rings series where you can stay as a?
Yeah, I just saw your post.
Wait, are we still on the podcast? Or did you stop it?
We're still on the podcast.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, let's talk about this real
Get in
quick.
your Hobbit hole. End it.
Yeah, you can literally go to New Zealand and stay in a Hobbit hole.
That's awesome.
That
is pretty cool.
But that's awesome.
Yeah,
all right,
probably.
and on that awesome.
And on that, we can leave. I had to have the last thought.
We're all gonna die by space rods. Not space